One of my favorite themes in Proverbs is the idea of appropriateness, which is our theme for this week. What is it that's appropriate? I feel like one of the best ways you can spot a truly wise person is that they have a good sense of what they ought to do or ought not to do. What is the right word to say in this moment? What is the right time to refrain from speaking? You might even remember in Ecclesiastes chapter 3, there's this great little thing that was made into a song in the 60s about how there's a time for everything. There is a time for all kinds of things in our lives, but the wise person knows what's appropriate, knows what type of time this is. This really shows up in places like funerals, like the dark times of our lives. You can tell a wise person because they'll know to say to the grieving person, I'm here with you. I'll walk with you. I'm so sorry for your loss. A person with a lesser sense of appropriateness might try to do what Job's friends did to him in the book of Job, where he went through a terrible loss of just about everything that he had besides his own life and that of his wife. Lost his possessions, lost his children, and then his buddies showed up and they started off well with a period of silence, but then they wanted to start explaining to him why it was that he was suffering. Oh, it must have been something that you did wrong, or here's what God's really up to. You've got to be really careful about two kinds of people in your life. According to Randy Harris, I think this is a good quote. There are some people who want to tell you they know exactly what God is up to, and most of the time, God's ways are more mysterious than that. We can learn things in hindsight, but very difficult in the moment always to know exactly what God is up to, what this could be leading to. Another kind of person to be leery of is a person who just assumes God is doing nothing. That either there is no God, or if there is a God, he's probably disengaged. He wound the world up and he's off doing something else. But no, God loves us. He's involved in our lives. But at the same time, appropriateness means knowing what it is that is mine to speak, knowing what it is that is the time for me to keep silent, and being very measured in what I do. But we like appropriate people because it always feels like they belong in any scenario. So this week, reflect on appropriateness. I hope it's something that you enjoy.